Hello everyone, welcome to TCG Rhetoric with some story time. And one topic I'll talk about. So first was story time. I was in the United States in the summer, well, just for a few weeks for business, and I decided I would go check out a local card shop in the area of the U.S. I was. And it was a very nice card shop. Shout out to the people who were there, and a nice man I spoke with a long time, the owner. And a pretty extensive one. Been there for, I think, maybe like 2 decades. And they had a few alpha cards. So I decided I would splurge and add to the collection. As you can see, the collection's very bare right now. This is supposed to be the front page of white cards, the first 12 white cards. And alpha still don't have them, but I have a new card to add to the alpha that I've added to the alpha collection, this pearled unicorn. I've already taken it out and inspected it. I inspected it all in the store while chatting up the owner. So definitely legit. You know, I don't want to take it out the case for the purpose of this video. You can see a little nick in the corner. It's certainly not like a near mint. But I thought the condition's not too bad. I thought it was not too shabby, so picked that up. But I don't know if I would have just bought a couple commons on its own. There's actually a really spicy card later on in here that is a lot more expensive, and I convinced the owner to allow me to get the 2 commons for free if I purchased the rare and negotiated a little bit of a discount. So I think the other common I got is the War Mammoth to add it to it. Again, not near mint, kind of hard to tell in the case. Oh, a little nick in the bottom, but pretty good condition, I would say, to be honest. So added those commons, but the big one, and the one that's kind of the topic of the video today, is this Chaos Orb. Now, this Chaos Orb is in pretty darn good condition. There's some nicks on the actual case I've got it in right here. So don't be confused. That's not on the card. The condition of the card was actually very excellent. Took it out, took a look, looked very closely and deeply. I mean, there are still nicks, but I mean, as far as Chaos Orbs go, pretty darn good. And that's the subject of today. I went ahead and splurged on this because, in a way, I think you can kind of think of certain cards as in alpha, kind of like you would a Mythic rare, in that, for those that don't know, never seen Chaos Orb before, pay 1, tap the Chaos Orb, flip Chaos Orb. For those of you that don't know, I'm pretty sure the colon means it must be tapped to do it in the old days, but I'm not sure. Flip Chaos Orb onto the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. Chaos Orb must turn completely over at least once, or it is discarded with no effect. When Chaos Orb lands, any card in play that it touches are destroyed, as is Chaos Orb. So, I remember this card whenever I was little and, finding out about it for the first time and just thinking it's kind of crazy that they made a card like this. And hearing the rumors, urban legends you would hear is that people would separate their cards all over the place, their lands, would take up the whole table, separating them in fear of Chaos Orb. And the 2 urban legends that seem too crazy to be true, but you hear it so much, you want it to be true. One of them, the common one everyone talks about, is that to win a tournament or in a really important match, someone ripped up their Chaos Orb and then threw it up like confetti to destroy a lot of their opponent's board. And that's probably apocryphal, probably not true. Another really great urban legend that I haven't heard other people talk about. So maybe in the region of Oklahoma where I grew up, it was more of a regional urban legend. But I heard an urban legend that there was a guy at a tournament in fear of Chaos Orb taped his cards to the wall while he played with them in fear of Chaos Orb. But the reason why I say I think you can kind of think of a Chaos Orb as a mythic rare is because it's one of those cards that requires dexterity. Like, it's more likely to be beaten up. Even in a sleeve, if you were dropping it, it's going to potentially cause damage. Of course, a lot of people played without sleeves in the very beginning. So finding a good condition, not even near mint, but just finding like a lightly played condition Chaos Orb, I think is harder than your average rare in alpha and beta and unlimited. So I kind of consider it a mythic rare. I thought it was being offered for a good deal. I wanted to finally get one. I have an international collector's edition version that I've just had forever. Don't even remember how I acquired it, like 25 years ago. But I wanted a real, authentic alpha, so that's what I got. I still remember to this day the worker at my local game store when we found out about Chaos Orb, teaching us how to use the Chaos Orb effectively. His method was to hold it like this, and then you flip it as you drop it like that. So it makes sure it gets the full rotation before it hits the ground. Man, good memories, but what a weird ass card, right? Chaos Orb must turn completely over at least once or it is discarded with no effect. Turn completely over at least once? What exactly does that mean? In that interpretation, like, that is completely over once. Does it have to be like this? Yeah, very weird. But very iconic card. Very happy I can add it to the collection. Of course, the Alpha Collection still has lots and lots of work to be done to complete it. But I'm having fun doing it, and it'll probably be many years, if ever, if I actually complete it. But, c'est la vie. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed a trip down memory lane. And I don't know, I don't like doing these sorts of shilling type of things, but yeah, tell me what you think about the thesis that a Chaos Orb you can consider a mythic rare as opposed to regular rares in alpha because of its use hurting the condition. Do you think that's a fair take? It's exaggerating. Are there any other rares in alpha that you would consider a little bit kind of like a mythic rare due to that? And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. Hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll see you next time.